You stand at the edge of a chasm that's growing wider every day. You are living through the greatest wealth transfer in world history as the global market teeters at the precipice of Keynesian financial collapse. There is little time left. Market inefficiency is opportunity. All wealth transfer markets happen in context of rapid development. It's money on the table for anyone sharp and risk tolerant. Either you make it big or get pushed out by the players who do as it formalizes. Crypto is the greatest wealth transfer opportunity accessible to the common man in history. Dynasties are made this generation. You have to wake up. Cryptocurrency has achieved anarcho-capitalism by force and all the wealth that comes from that. But it's not about money, it's resistance against the state. More boons will follow, and with it, more counter-signaling from the powers that be. You must become immune to propaganda. The state intends to reduce their populations into slave cattle. This is what the contemporary culture war comes down to. The state is highly interested in extinguishing tech-enabled anarchist freedoms as it undermines their stranglehold on the propaganda complex. An existential necessity to hold power in democracy. Freedom of speech, freedom of association, freedom of the market, freedom of spirit. A wedge is being driven into the middle class. You are in danger of falling on the wrong side of the chasm. Are you in college? Drop out. Higher education is in a bubble supplied by subsidized debt. Degree inflation has diluted the value proposition of any ROI by reducing academia into a credential farm for the job market. Universities are heavily profit incentivized to promote this, yet the bubble pops the moment the get a degree, earn more money narrative fails. Without being propped up by the government, universities would be bankrupt due to the inefficiency of higher academia being rerouted into career training, a poor replacement for the unserved STEM trade school niche. Grade inflation, class size inflation, affirmative action, and foreign student imports have all worked to eliminate the prestige and qualifying standards universities developed over the last half-century. And in turn, replication crisis affects nearly every field. Academia is a joke. Recruiters do not care about your degree. Your same student loan placed in an index fund outperforms your degree in the same time. You've made a mistake and you're paying for it. University used to be a funnel for all the smartest minds of the generation, but now it's a certainty. It's where you won't find any. Why waste your time in classrooms? Internet has made effective autodidactism more accessible than any other time in history. No one learns in university. The classes are a joke. If you struggle with them, you are a joke. They're not hard, you're just depressed. Depression is a sin. Get out of bed. The most value you could ever get out of university is networking with bright minds, yet you can network with far greater scale, volume, and filters online. The future is unevenly distributed. You need to start paying attention to where the world has moved, or you will be left behind. College is a gov-propped debt farm that extracted trillions in value from the youth every year with a primary of propaganda distribution. That's all it's been for decades, and the music is stopping now. The market is correcting. The real future of academia and schooling will belong to digital and physical learning networks, and glorified degree farms will be replaced by effective vocational schools. Stop wasting your time. There is no time. Wealth falls from the sky, so we place baskets to catch them. You must position yourself by maximizing luck, opportunity exposure, risk forwardness, and leveraging existing capital. Whenever anyone copes about luck, remember luck can be optimized. If there's dumb luck, there is also smart luck. Luck is a stat that you can farm, and you can get bonus multipliers to max out rewards when Lady Luck does hit. Maintaining wealth simply comes from the balance of securing profits and risk-off assets versus capital. Deployment to further lever up your bag against the slow burn. You cannot survive through cowardliness and miserliness. You must have a clear and courageous mind to survive. Wealth is the right of the virtuous. Karma is real at every level. All presumptions are manifested. You receive the world what you give to it. You must escape the spiritual poverty of scarcity by embracing a mindset of abundance regardless of real means. Knowing wealth of all types will follow. If you aren't aggressively pursuing make it plays, if you are content waging or in school towards that, you are never going to make it. Wasting away in school or waging instead of maximizing exposure to valuable equity is an immense opportunity cost you can't afford to leave on the table. $2 million M net worth will be middle class in 5 years. If you've not already made it, this is your only chance to cross over the chasm. There is no safe path. Waging is slow death. You are in danger. You're in danger. Securing and maintaining wealth is not complicated. It's a matter of the soul. You need to be clear in yourself. Most people are allergic to money. I believe they subconsciously fumble their wealth intentionally because they know they don't deserve it. Wealth comes to the virtuous. Wealth always comes in windfalls. You have to maximize your exposure to it. It comes down to positioning. People suffer for their sins in a living hell. Some people are meant to be poor. Many are not. They have the intellect to escape it, but wallow in sins of despondency, sloth, and insecurity, envy. Without both agency and virtue, intellect is unactionable. 3. Instead of resolving the problems in their life, preventing them from the success they feel they're owed, they try to externalize the blame. Because they're weak, and it takes courage to blame yourself rather than coping. In this way, they're not simply materially poor, but spiritually. Wealth comes to those who deserve it like a metal to a magnet, and escapes the sinful like oil and water. The future belongs to those who take risks, network, and prioritize self-education. Virtue is the key to success in a world plagued by sin. You must be virtuous to survive.